I am Dr. Vikhar, and today we will learn about what is chain drive. In this particularly we will see how chain drive works. How chain drive works. This is a part of chapter number 4, unit number 4 of theory of machines. In this lecture we will try to learn what is the meaning of chain drive, what are the applications of chain drive, what are the types of chain drive, and what are the types of sprockets. First of all, we will ask one question: why chain drive or why chain drive is used? In previous lectures we have seen belt drives, and we have seen the advantages of belt drives and disadvantages of belt drives. In that we have particularly seen, in case of belt drive or rope drive, slipping occurs. So phenomena of slipping is there, slipping is going to occur, and therefore chain drive is used to avoid the slipping, as slipping is reducing the velocity ratio and it is one of the disadvantage of belt drive. And to avoid the slipping we have one alternative, and the name of this alternative is to use chain drive. Now here, what is chain drive or define chain drive? Chain drive is a way of mechanical power transmission which consists of endless series of chain link known as roller chain, which is meshed with a toothed gear. In this particular picture you will see, this is a picture of chain drive. This is a picture of chain drive, and how it has been defined here. Chain drive is a way of mechanical power transmission. It is one of the way of mechanical power transmission. And what it consists? It consists of endless series of chain link. So here you will see that chain link is there, endless series of chain link, and particularly it is a roller chain, and this roller chain is meshed with a toothed gear. So one toothed gear is here on the left hand side and another toothed gear is on the right hand side. On the left hand side it is called as a driving sprocket, and on the right hand side it is known as driven sprocket. So this chain link is joined to each other by a one joint here. Joints are given. So the rigid link of chain hinged together or joined together by a pin joint. So there is a pin joint here that provides the chain necessary flexibility to wrap around the sprocket. Because of this joint, this chain is going to wrap around this sprocket like this, because we are here the pin joint is utilized. The sprocket have projecting teeth of special profile and it perfectly fit into the recess of the chain link. So these chain links are there, and both the sprockets, driving sprocket and driven sprocket, have projecting teeth. As you can see, these projecting teeth are there. These are the projecting teeth. The same thing is there on this side of the driving sprocket. So this sprocket have projecting teeth of special profile and it perfectly fit into the recess of the chain link. So there is a recess, these are the recess, and that sprocket teeth perfectly fit into the recess of the chain link. Thus the sprocket and chain constrained to move together. The first sprocket is on the driving shaft and it will pull the chain. The chain then drag the second sprocket is on the drive shaft. So in this way, first sprocket is on the driving shaft and second sprocket, which is called or located on the driven shaft. So, what are the features of the chain drive? Special features are there of the chain drive. What are the features? First feature is chain drive are suitable for small center distances and can be generally used up to 3 meters. So, chain drives can be generally used for power transmission between the two shafts, and these are located up to 3 meters, but in special cases even up to 8 meters the power transmission can be taken place. The second feature is chain drives transmit power up to 100 kilowatt. So, up to 100 kilowatt, if the power has to be transmitted, then we can use chain drive, and the peripheral velocity is up to 15 meter per second. So, peripheral velocity is achieved up to 15 meter per second, and the velocity ratio can be as high as 8.1. So, 8.1 is nothing but velocity ratio here. So, this is a very high velocity ratio. So, what are the applications? State the applications of the chain drive. First application is chain drive can be used in woodworking machinery. Chain drives are used in power transmission. Chain drives are used in transportation industries. Chain drives can be used in agricultural machinery, in oil well drilling rigs. Chain drives can be utilized in material handling equipments, building construction, lift loads to link or to lift the loads. We can use a chain drive. After that, it is having a special uses. Chain drives we can find in bicycles, in automobiles and motorcycles for transmitting the power from the engine to the rear wheels. So, next question is, what are the types of chain drive? As you can see in this picture, there are 3 types of this chain drive. First one is a hoisting or crane chains. Second one is conveyor or tractive chains, and third one is power transmitting chains. As you can see here, the hoisting or crane chain, figure number A is chain with oval links, and figure number 2 is chain with square links. After that, we can have second type, which is called as a conveyor chain. So, and third one is power transmitting chain. After that, fourth one is silent chain or inverted tooth chain. Fifth one is a bush roller chain. So, in this way there are 5 types of chain. In case of hoisting, in case of this hoisting or crane chain, you will see chain with oval links and chain with the square links. So, hoisting chain or crane chains are used for hoisting purpose and operate at maximum velocity. The links of these chains may be of oval shape or a square shape. So, here the square shape you will find here and the oval shape that you can find here. Manufacturing cost of such chains with the square links is more than the oval shape links. However, chains with the oval shape are preferred in many applications due to smooth or less operation. So, chain with oval links are most widely used because it is having less noise and smooth operation. Second type of chain is conveyor chains. As you can see in this picture, conveyor chains. So, these chains or conveyor chains are used for elevating and conveying the materials continuously at moderate speed. So, what is the application of conveyor chains? Conveyor chains are used for elevating and conveying the materials. Conveyor chains offer smooth running qualities because they are mostly made up of cast iron. So, conveyor chains are mostly made up of material which is called as a cast iron. So, conveyor chain include detachable or hook joint type. Here you can see first type, detachable or hook joint type chain, and second one is a closed joint type chain. Third type of chain is power transmitting chain, and these chains are used when the center to center distance between the two shafts is very short. Power transmitting chains have provision for efficient lubrication. So, this provision is provided here in case of power transmitting chain, and it is provided with a provision of efficient lubrication. Therefore, the life is more of such type of chain than hosting type of chain and conveyor chain. Power transmitting chains include block or boost chain, silent chain and boost roller chain. So, these are the three types under the head of power transmitting chain. First is boost chain, second one is silent chain, third one is boost roller chain. So, these three chains are given here or represented here in this diagram. First is block or boost chain, you will see here. So, block or boost chain produces noise when approaching or leaving the sprocket due to rubbing between the contact surfaces. After that, second one is silent chain, as the name suggests, it is also called as an inverted tooth chain. So, in this chain there is no relative sliding motion between the teeth of the inverted tooth chain and teeth of the sprocket wheel, and hence the operation is noiseless. That is why it is called as a silent chain, because it is a noiseless, it is not producing any kind of noise when they are moving. After that, third type is boost roller chain. So, boost roller chain is extremely strong and simple in construction. It gives good performance under severe working conditions. There is a little noise in this type of chain due to impact of rollers on sprocket wheel teeth. So, these particular types, first one is block or boost chain, second one is silent chain and boost roller chain. These are the three important types under the head of power transmitting chain. After that, learning, let us see what are the differences between belt drive and chain drive. We can differentiate between belt drive and chain drive on the basis of 12 important points. First point of differentiation is drive element. In case of belt drive, belt driver and driven pulley, these are called as a drive elements. In case of chain drive, chain, driving sprocket and driven sprocket, these are the elements of drive elements. On the basis of type of drive, in case of belt drive, we have non-positive drive because slip occurs. So, belt drive are called as a non-positive drive, but chain drive are called as a positive drive because there is no slip is absent. On the basis of velocity ratio, in case of belt drive, velocity ratio is not constant as slip occurs. So, slipping phenomena is going to occur inside the belt drive, that is why velocity ratio is not constant, while in case of chain drive, velocity ratio is constant as there is no slip. If you see the center to center distance, so belt drives are used suitable up to 8 meters, while chain drives can be used or suitable range is 1 meter to 15 meter. Space requirement, space is required more in case of belt drive, while the space required to mount the chain is less. There is no need of lubrication. Lubrication is not needed for the belt drive, while the lubrication is necessary part because there is a friction, more friction inside the chain drive, and lubrication is necessary for silent and better operation. After that, power transmission capacity. On the basis of power transmission capacity, the belt drive is having low power transmission capacity, while chain drive transmit more power. After that, 8th parameter is transmission efficiency. The transmission efficiency of belt drive is low, while the transmission efficiency of chain drive is high. Operating condition, another parameter, belt drives are not suitable in adverse conditions, while chain drives can be operated in adverse conditions. Operating noise is very less in case of belt drive, while the operating noise is more in case of chain drive. Precise alignment is not required in case of belt drive, while precise alignment is necessary in case of chain drive. Manufacturing cost is very low of the belt drive, while the manufacturing cost of chain drive is more. So, these are 12 important parameters on the basis of which we can differentiate belt drive and the chain drive. Let us see what are the advantages of chain drive. In case of chain drive, there is no slip, hence constant velocity ratio is obtained. Second advantage is chain drive occupy less space in width as compared to the belt or rope drive. Third advantage is for short center to center distance, the chain drive gives higher transmission efficiency. We can achieve very higher transmission efficiency, and this is up to 98%. So, 98% transmission efficiency, power transmission efficiency can be achieved. Chain drive offers fewer loads on the shaft. Chain drive has ability to transmit motion to several shafts by using one chain only. Chain drives transmit more power as compared to the belt or rope drive, and chain drive can operated under high or low temperatures in adverse atmospheric conditions. So, these are some of the advantages of chain drive. But there are certain disadvantages of chain drive. Let us see. Number 1 is manufacturing cost of chain drive is high as compared to the belt and rope drive. Second disadvantage is chain drive needs accurate mounting and proper lubrication. Chain drive is more noisy as compared to the belt and rope drive, and chain drive has a velocity fluctuations, especially when it is unnecessarily stretched. So, in this way we can state the disadvantages of the chain drive. Let us see, we have what are the types of sprockets, what are the types of sprockets that can be utilized in case of chain drive. There are three basic types of sprockets. One is taper lock sprocket, second one is pilot bore sprocket, and third one is plate wheel sprocket. So, in this way we can classify sprocket. Thank you very much.